Once again, we are live from the studio. Let's see what we got here, see if we can't squeeze our butt in to studio performance area. Get you that kung fu swing. All right. What do we got here? A little picture of the Monkey King. Suitable for today. Today is the first day of spring by the Chinese lunar calendar. We are still in the year of the rat. It's almost over. So we got a little bit longer to go for the rat year. Couple of weeks, not even a couple of weeks. How long? 10 days? Not even 10 days. 9. I think there's 1 week left in the year of the rat. I'm sure everyone is ready to move on and get rid of the rat year. Let's get into some shoes. Some issues. See what we got here. But you guys keep that door shut in there so I don't have to listen to you. Nobody wants to hear all that screaming and yelling. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Lunar Light Entertainment coming at you. Is that good or bad? Does that help? Doesn't help much, does it? Get the cord out of the way. So what's in the news today? Anything? See if we have not found. Search Baron. That doesn't help. Black Mirror. That's what I was looking up. I was thinking about watching that series. Seems like I watched it once. Wouldn't mind watching it again. It's apropos for, the predictive programming. That's what we got going on today. Critical thinking. What have we here? Core standards, Common Core? Common Core. Got to make sure you get those kids educated correctly. All right, what are we going to start off with? The concept of form. As we weave our way through the theory and practice of planetary magic, a contemporary take on the traditions established by Hermes Trismegistus. That's the man with the plan. Ain't named Stan. See if we can't get our coffee set up correctly. Yeah. So let me know where you're chiming in from. I always like to know where you're chiming in from. That's cute. It's fun. It's a cute, fun concept of form. So, we both begin and end our study within the sphere of Saturn, a sphere that represents the fundamental shift that imparts consciousness, the qualia of separation, and that becomes the root of a seemingly disparate self, and of all the domains that come to be associated with self. Saturn corresponds to the Kabbalistic Sephira of Bina, or understanding, and any discussion of some of the more profound aspects of the sphere cannot be appreciated without also turning attention to the Kabbalistic equivalent of the primordial Hermetic Mother. In respect to the Kabbalah, it is part of the logoic triangle, supernal triad, the triumvirate of Kabbalistic Sephiroth that corresponds to the Trinity through innumerable religious traditions. The Trinity are the most primordial foundations upon which the pillars of experiential reality are erected. They define how consciousness and sense of self emanates and subsets from one into many, through the one first becoming bipolar, literally of two polarities. The Tao becomes yang and yin, or yin and yang. It's interesting that they should say yang and yin because in Chinese have sequencing that is not in the Chinese language. The sequencing of things that we ordinarily do in the Western mind is different than what we do. Okay, so for example, here this guy says yang and yin because we would think the force comes before form. So you have the E, which pulls up the chi to make force, and then that coalesces in form. But in the Chinese mind, you have the echo first. Somehow the form comes before the first. At least in saying it, you don't say yang yan, you say the yin yang. But they don't even say. I mean, that's not even typically the way you would say it in Chinese. You would say the Tai Chi Tu, or the ultimate mystery pictograph. You don't call it a yin yang. You don't talk about it in that way, but you can talk about yin and yang, yin and yang. So anyway, other ones are like with the five elements. The sequence is not it's not the creative sequence, it's not the neutral, and it's not the destructive sequence. It's just a linguistic assignment. What's the word for sound? Homophonic. It's a homophonic sequencing. So it's jin mu shui huo tu, gold, jin mu, wood, shui, water, huo, fire, and tu, earth. So there's no order. It's not neutral, destructive, or creative. So there's no the word I think I'm looking for is it's just arbitrary. Yeah. So it doesn't have a logical sequencing in the way you say it when you mention them. Another example of that is the five, rather than just the five elements, is the five all different kinds of fives, right? The five senses, the five flavors. It's Tian Mu Shu Lai. Tian Ku. I forget. Doesn't matter. I'm going down a rabbit hole, a tangent. Let's stay on point, okay? The Tao becomes yang and yin, that together through their enjoyment produce all the permutations of experience and expression. The Father begets the Son, whose consummation with the Holy Spirit provides the experience of one in the flesh, seemingly separated from his Father. The Trinity is a major thematic element within many creation myths. It reflects the cross-cultural comprehension of the non-duality of awareness that underlies a world of separation and duality of experience imparted through the bipolarity of yin and yang. Duality of experience is absolutely central to all of that which makes self and experience so interesting. Self is derived from the one source of awareness that partitions itself into polarities, which we consistently will refer to as force and form. To understand Saturn, the primordial womb of form, is to comprehend the profundity of the primordial potential that precedes individuality, that precedes action and thought, and that everyone can experience through deep meditation and entheogenic journeying. Wow, that's a mouthful. Not quite understand that. Entheogenic journeying. It is a Kabbalistic world of absolute, the causal plane. And through a hermetic lens, we begin our initiatory journey into the cosmos by wrapping our minds as much as possible around Saturn, the primordial form aspect, the yin polarity of reality. So there you have it. That's where we begin our journey at Keter. Let's have a look. So here we have Keter. And so traditionally we're going to go down Aleph, the path of the Fool first. And the Fool is Aleph. It starts with 0, or it says 0 here. You could start it at 1. You could start it at 0. It's the spirit of air. Let's see here. Some claim to find a satisfactory explanation of the origin of this letter, that it represents an ox yoke, or the head of an ox, the horns forming the top of the letter. In spiritual matters, the Fool means idea, thought, spirituality, that which endeavors to transcend earth. In material matters, it may, if badly dignified, mean folly, eccentricity, or even mania. But the essential of this card is that it represents an original, subtle, sudden impulse or impact coming from a completely strange quarter. All such impulses are right, if rightly received, and the good or ill interpretation of the card depends entirely on the right attitude of the querent. Thus, the Fool's journey. The Fool's a lovely card. Prominent yellow background, indicative of bright sunlight and expansion. A gaily clad youth, bit of a bon vivant, just taking it all in. He's got his walking stick slung over his shoulder with a satchel attached to the end. Inside the satchel are the 4 tools of the magus: the dagger, the wand, the pentacle, and the cup. A happy-go-lucky, devil-may-care floral design on his attire. You can see that he's right about to step off a precipice, and he's oblivious to this fact, looking up at the sky. The little dog, ruff, 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 is enjoying the ride too. He might be ready to take the plunge with the Fool down into the material plane. A lovely card, one of my favorites. It both begins and ends the journey of the hero, starting out inexperienced, knowing not much of anything, and being unaware of your immortality, or aware of immortality but aware of nothing else. And then at the end of your journey, being aware of everything else but not aware of your immortality. So a bit of a conundrum. Rightio. So a beautifully apt card for the first day of spring and the setting out on the journey of the Fool. Once again, 2021, just about to start. The ox, we can already feel the energy of the ox with Aleph, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, pardon me. Forgive me of that blasphemy. Great God in heaven. Aleph is attributed to the swastika, or the thunderbolt of Thor. Excellent glyph to express the concept of the primeval motion of the great breath, whirling chaos into a creative center. Aleph partakes of the nature of Keter, and is called the scintillating intelligence. Horpakrat, the Egyptian lord of silence, depicted as holding his finger to his lips, is attributed here, as are Zeus and Jupiter, with particular reference to that aspects of these two gods as elemental portions of nature. The Hindu attribute to Vayu having reference to the airy aspect of Aleph, as also do the Valkyries of the Scandinavian pantheon. Wow, the Valkyries, man, those are some fierce creatures. The animal appropriate to Aleph is the eagle, the king of the birds, since we learned from classic mythology that the eagle was sacred to Jupiter, whose sacrifices, I may add, generally consisted of bulls and cows. Its element is air, rushing aimlessly hither and thither, always pressing or tending in a downward direction. Its Terra trump is 0, the Fool, implying just this airy aimlessness of existence. The card depicts a person dressed like a jester, bearing over his shoulder a stick on which hangs a bundle. Before him yawns a gaping precipice, while a little dog yaps at his feet from behind. On his tunic is the design of the premium mobile, which is spirit. Spiritus is the Latin word meaning air or breath. The fan as a magical weapon is attributed to Aleph, Bet. Having an obvious reference to air, its color is sky blue, its jewels topaz and chalcedony, and its perfume galbanum. All right, good stuff there. Get you that kung fu swang. All right, nanu. Ack, don't talk back. I've been watching, you can tell by what I just said that I've been watching some Rex Bear over at Leap Project. I kind of enjoy his stuff. He's a funny card of a guy, bit of a kook. Search Baron has popped up again, man. I don't know what they're trying to do to me there. The Chinese firewall tends to have bugs and will make strange things pop up, which I just got to try to watch out for. Alrighty, well, oh yeah, that's right. Dre closed all my windows and I had to reopen them. That's why everything's kind of kooky right now. I can't find my my web page. I think he closed it entirely, maybe? Let's see here. Ah, here we are. Here we are. Alrighty, so that is the YouTube window. Now we go over here to Frank Monday. I'll remind you that we are watching Frank Monday on YouTube, and only 146 subscribers. You see that? That number is that number is too low. So you guys need to get out there and subscribe to my channel. You can see that my best ranked video on popular uploads is 3,500 views 2 years ago, and it's the Middle Pillar, my rendition of the Middle Pillar ritual by the Israel Regardi. He released that info from the Golden Dawn, the Rosicrucians. Then I got a couple of lift videos that got high views, 2,500 and 1,500, 1,600. And then Magic 101 has got 1,500, so that's pretty good. You can see what people are interested in there. Thank God I'm not driving Uber Lyft anymore, man. That was a real shit show, huh? My most recent uploads is a little food one we did at Auntie's Pancakes house, the Pancake House. And only one view on this one. Wow, 3 days ago. I see one view, one view. I looked at this just the other day and it had like 3 views. Now it's got 1 view. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how something will go like this one had 5 views and now it's got 1 view. So they mess with the algorithm. They don't let nobody expand. This one had, I think, 10 views the other day, and now it's down to 5. So, yeah, I don't know how you lose views. That's interesting to me. Yeah. Then if I jump over to my main feed, let's see who they're offering up. Yeah, so some I'm not even subscribed to. I like Styx Hexenhammer, although he does a really shit job with MREs. He should not do MREs. Leave that to Steve 1989. Leak Project I like to watch. There's an advertisement. Then Awaken with JP, I'm not subscribed to him. Who would want to subscribe to Awaken with JP? Subscribe? No, see, I'm not even subscribed. And his videos typically won't play anyway because he's like shadow banned for the shit he talks about. But yeah, he's a popular guy. Temcast, I don't really watch him much, but he pops up. I do occasionally. I love this guy, Curiosity Incorporated. Hickok 45, of course. Horror Babble. So a lot of these aren't even things that I'm subbed to. Here's my subs. I got a couple hundred subs. Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. It seems like they go live all the time, but Fox News, I got to unsub Fox News. I forgot because of their treacherous treatment of the election. And unsubscribe. Yep. And they betrayed the people that supported Trump. Pinstock, I like this guy. He does pin spinning. Anyway, so that's that. New series. Channel. Shut that. Okay, so Frank Monday over here. I've been uploading to BitChute, but for some reason, they don't allow my comedy uploads. It says your video is being processed, but I uploaded this one, let's see, on the 31st, and it still hasn't processed. And I also tried on the 26th, and they won't let it go through. So they don't like my stand-up comedy. They're not going to allow those to publish. So they are somewhat selective on what they allow to be published. I'm not sure why they won't let it publish, but they won't. 2 subs. Not sure how I even get subs on here. Can't check to see who those subs are. So BitChute's got a long way to go before it'll be useful. I'm on Gab. Never check it. Doesn't seem to work very well here in China. 4 Gabs, 0 followers, following 6. I'm also on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram at Frank Monday. That's good fun. I post some stuff there. Drawings and so on and so forth. Yeah, head over to Patreon. Sub me on Patreon. I got 0 active patrons and 0 per month. If you join me on Patreon, I'll start doing something with it. I got a few posts on there. And then I'm also on Minds, which again is another alt tech website that doesn't really load in China. YouTube's our best bet typically, but like I said, I've been at 100 subs, at or around 100 subs for 2 years now. So not really a lot of fun there. If you can't get any subs, it just ain't worth it, huh? Ain't worth it. Alrighty guys, that's it for this morning then. Not sure how long this live stream went, but I'm going to try to do these in the future more and more. Have a little fun with them. And I'm going to finish off my coffee. I hope you all have a good day out there in La La Land. As above, so below. I'll see you in the future. Y'all good looking sexy motherfuckers. Keep it real. And sub my channel.